Continue with the action. Please help me welcome into the blue corner, Ronnie Borja.
Fourth fight of the night, Ronnie Borja makes his way to the cage with a winning record of 5-4. 3 of those victories by knockout, 2 submission victories. And he's coming off of a round 1, a shocking round 1 TKO victory. Talk about it, Jonathan.
Yeah, I was actually calling that fight at CFL 8 in the High Desert. He came in against a highly touted prospect named Jalen Turner, and they were basically bringing Ronnie in as food for Jalen Turner. Ronnie ended that fight in, I think, 11 seconds with 1 punch. So as I was on my way home that night, I got in touch with matchmaker George Pasmajan and said, we got to get this guy in our cage. And thankfully enough, tonight we get to see that.
That victory, a big turnaround after suffering 3 straight losses. So he's got momentum now on his side. We'll see what he can do with it.
Yeah, he's got cinder blocks for hands. I mean, and that division, that's something that's rare to find. I was not able to see him on the mat, so I don't know any about of his jiu-jitsu pedigree. He trains out of Saxon's Muay Thai, which is more of a Muay Thai school. But hey, there's only one way to find out, right?
Saxon's Muay Thai well represented tonight.
Absolutely. I think they have 4 different fighters tonight. You see Brian Del Rosario again there. Julio Trana Sr. Of course, Julio Trana Jr., the head coach, is in Sacramento cornering Alan Joe Bond
Ladies
tonight.
and gentlemen, here is Ronnie Borja.
Still trying to catch my breath after that last fight. What a war.
And into the red corner, please welcome Sergey Minasyan.
Well, you mentioned your friend looking on in Russia. Here is a fighter who is, he's fought in Russia in that cold weather, in that tough environment.
Absolutely. Sergey Minasyan making his way to the cage. He's fought for us once before. But, you know, this guy's gone back to the drawing board, and he's really been refining his craft since we last saw him. If you look real closely in this corner, you will see first ever UFC 2-weight champion, UFC Hall of Famer BJ Penn in the background there. So when you roll with a monster like that, you know Gullo's here to perform tonight.
No doubt about it, the prodigy in the house. A lot of MMA dignitaries in the house here tonight.
We got one of them gracing our presence at the broadcast booth right here. Speaking of sweet tattoos, Shayna.
Queen of Spades, Royal Flush.
I'll tell you what, I'm just, I'm keeping my arm real close to my body, sitting this close to the Queen of Spades.
And don't forget, you got the King of Hearts over here, too. Shout out to my cousin Jimmy, who's watching in New Jersey, the real King of Hearts.
Ronnie Borja trying to extend that winning record. He's 5-4. Can he tack on another victory here tonight?
You know, we see 2 fighters here that are in stark contrast. Ronnie Borja's coming off a career-defining win, and Serob Minasyan's coming off a loss in his last fight here.
Sergey
So both of these guys are going to be
Minasyan.
chomping at the bit.
You're right, Sergey Minasyan coming off a CXF loss to Darian Chapman, who will still see action here later tonight.
Oh, we have a little bit of an equipment malfunction. There's a zipper on the shorts. And unfortunately, in mixed martial arts, that's something our inspectors should have caught backstage, isn't it, Shayna?
Yeah, usually they do that. Usually the commission really good about checking the toenails, fingernails, and all your gear before you come out.
And we want to give a quick shout out to the California State Athletic Commission. In my opinion, by far the best athletic commission in the world. always keeping their fighters safe, and this is an example of that. We can't allow something like that to happen. Someone could get cut.
Fighter safety so important. So a momentary stop in the action, one that we could use, quite frankly.
Not used to wardrobe malfunctions at an MMA fight, but we are in Hollywood, so when in Rome.
And what does this do to Minasyan now, having to play the waiting game?
You know, that's something Shayna might be able to touch on.
Yeah, I was just gonna make some allusion to the fact that perhaps Ronnie is the heel, and it was all part of his plan to begin with, to mess with the mindset.
Quick equipment change. It looks like he's got Anthony Neely's drawers on.
Yeah, we talked about fighting in the phone booth. They do a quick change in the phone booth.
Call Ronnie Borja Superman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this evening, Lights Out Promotions in association with Bash Entertainment and Circle of Brawlers present to you 3 rounds of MMA featherweight action. This fight is sponsored by Lil Zeke's Bail Bonds. First, in the blue corner, wearing black. He weighed in at 152 pounds. He stands 5'7". Originally from Guam, now fighting for Saxon's Muay Thai with a record of 1-1. Introducing Ronnie the Project Borja. And in the red corner, wearing black with white. He weighed in at 145.5 pounds. He stands 5'6". From Huntington Beach by way of Russia. Now fighting out of Ruka and Hayastan MMA. His record 6-9. Welcome, Sergey Minasyan. Your referee for tonight's fight, Frank Trigg.
2 hard-nosed fighters, 2 great-looking athletes. Minasyan with a lot of experience under his belt. 6-9, those victories across the board, 2 by knockout, 1 submission, 3 decision wins. So we know he can go the distance.
Yeah, you know, these guys are right at the same height, so they should find the same range. We should see us a little bit of a slugfest here. That's what I'm predicting.
Borja, as you documented, has knockout power.
And you see, he doesn't set anything up. He chucks bombs.
That was Tyson-like the way he blitzed him there.
That's you know, it's not a bad analogy. He's very much like a Mike Tyson. He does that little peekaboo move, and he throws heavy, heavy hooks. His uppercuts are pretty nasty as well, so.
You just get a sense with this fight, Shayna, this one a powder keg that could explode, and there you hear it there.
Boy, they are throwing shots at each other.
Nice takedown by Minasyan. He's got a cut on his right eye as well.
Great takedown, you know, coming out of Hayastan. There's some great judo players there.
A student of Gokor Chichvichin.
Trapping that far arm. I don't know if you guys can see that. I call that centerfold position.
And he's rubbing that elbow right into the cheek of Borja.
Minasyan now into the guard of Borja. Minasyan had knee on belly, was looking for the mount, couldn't get it.
This is where I was concerned for Borja. He's known as a striker, but he seems to be, you know, it's not smart to fight off your back. He's got to try to control the posture now. And either look to get out of this situation or look to control. Never a good idea to fight off your back.
And you'll see every time Borja loses head control there, he's able to sit up and lay some real big bombs in. Is content to rabbit punch until he gets his head free.
Both fighters attempting to stay busy here.
Twinkle Toes Frank Trigg getting real close, getting a good look here. You could not ask for a more experienced referee. And you couldn't ask for a nicer guy either.
Minasyan tried to posture up. Borja trying to keep him close.
I think one thing to see here is that Minasyan is keeping Borja's hips squarely in between his knees. If the bottom guy can get his hips out, that's how you start putting together attacks. As you see right here, able to get his hips out, looks like trying to set up that arm.
Minasyan, though, Jonathan, minutes ago, busy with the striking, going to the body, then upstairs to the head.
Yeah, you know, this is the well-rounded game plan of Sergey Minasyan. You know, Gallo's on top here, controlling. And, you know, as our old partner Renato Laranja would say, Ronnie Borja needs to do some dynamic shrimpings. He needs to get those hips free. He needs to do something. There he goes. He needs to pop. He needs to explode from the bottom to try to wait for Gallo to shift his weight and then explode out the other side.
Going after the knee bar, attacking the leg there.
Oh, and nothing will make a man stand up faster than a knee bar. Am I correct, Shayna?
I can think of a few things that'll make him stand up faster.
Minasyan, though, a little death from above. Put all of his body weight behind that strike, and you could hear the crowd react here in Southern California.
Well, this is a really bad spot for Borja to be stuck in here. Able to turn the angle and go after that leg again, but as long as he keeps control of the top of his body like that, he can't get extended. He's just getting pinned.
Borja has feverishly been looking to get something going from his back, looking for submissions of his own, not hitting pay dirt thus far.
You know, Gallo's given him all sorts of options. Unfortunately for Ronnie Borja, none of them are very good, though. So he's going to have to come up with something here if he can survive this first round. Let's see what his game plan change, if there's a game plan change in the corner here. Nice move there.
Wow.
Minasyan got a little sloppy, right in the back, and Borja able to reverse position.
Minasyan had the full mount, but what have you done for me lately? Great reversal there by Borja.
But, you know, just to point out, there's only 20 seconds left in the round, and he spent the better part of 3 minutes on his back, so he's going to have to do something if he wants to steal this round.
Inside 10 seconds to go now in round one. See a scratch or laceration on the back there of Borja as well.
Nice first round from these two. Nice show of sportsmanship there, too.
You mentioned it coming in, guys, even in stature, and seem to be very well matched as well.
Yeah, you know, on their feet, Ronnie Borja obviously maintains a sizable advantage. There's a little bit of a cut over the right eye of Minasyan. He's leaking a little bit of awesomeness. And I think that's what implemented his change of game plan. He decided he didn't want to stand with Ronnie after that anymore. Took the fight to the mat and pretty much controlled the round from there.
You know, looking at these two fighters in between rounds before the stool was even brought out. And there you see Minasyan with that takedown, lifting with the single just enough to get the weight off the leg so he could sweep it out underneath him. You know, Ronnie was in the corner jumping up and down before they brought the stool in as though he had just did a warm-up. Looks really fresh.
Minasyan was able to land some nasty ground and pound there, but you know, a lot of movement from the head and controlling the arms of Borja. He avoided most of the damage there. Even though he didn't try to hip to get out, he didn't take too much damage either.
See who can exercise their well here in our second of 3 scheduled rounds.
You know, I had Minasyan clearly winning the round, but I was a little concerned that he didn't do enough with what he had.
Nice body kick there by Borja, but might have caught him a bit low.
Oh, that one was on the liver.
Excuse me.
Oh, he got him!
Oh, Borja's got him rocked. He's got him in
Oh,
trouble.
drops him again.
How tough is the Russian? Borja now stuffs the takedown. Is it the beginning of the end?
He's touching the ear. Those are legal. Frank Trigg getting a real close look here. Minasyan's going to have to defend himself in an alternate way, not just using his head to eat punches.
Borja, the shark, smelling blood in the water right now, going for the finish. But credit the toughness of Minasyan.
He takes his back and has an arm trapped. bad spot to be in for Minasyan right now.
He's bleeding from his eye, from his nose, and his mouth.
Got to make it extremely tough for Minasyan to breathe at this point.
Oh, he's got the choke. He's looking to set up that choke. Seems to be on top of the head of Minasyan, though.
Switching to the short choke grip.
Ronnie Borja is literally getting a lesson in chokes right now from his corner.
Can see the blood streaming there from Minasyan as Borja goes for the finish, but could not put him away.
What a tough guy.
He has to do something huge to win this round back.
Oh, he's trying to do it with thunderous strikes. Big ground and pound there by Minasyan, and where in the hell is he finding it from, Shayna?
And you have to wonder if weathering that storm and the effect it had on Ronnie and his conditioning.
You know, one of the things I was just thinking in my head, Ronnie Borja, more of a Muay Thai guy, not very well versed on the ground. Perhaps he burned his arms out searching for that choke there.
After that blitz on the ground trying to finish Minasyan as well.
Once again, the seesaw up and down, Todd.
Great action. The type you come to expect from California Extreme Fighting, and we still have 5 championship fights to come tonight. You got to think with the heart being displayed, a lot of these competitors are going to be fighting for championship gold down the line.
Ronnie Borja absolutely exhausted, using a little bit of the 209 slap to the side of the head. I don't know how effective that's going to be.
Boss Rutan used to say he preferred to hit from bottom that way, because it adds about 2 inches of velocity.
Both fighters back to their vertical base, and something's got to give. What a battle. Going to be interesting to see who can get the advantage here.
I am very impressed with the heart of Sergey Minasyan. I mean, this kid is battered, busted, and bruised, bloodied, but he's still there, and he's still chucking bombs.
The arms very low of Borja, and the eyes looked pretty glassy. Can Minasyan take advantage? The sharper of the 2 strikers at this point seems to be Minasyan.
Ronnie Borja is really starting to tire now, hands down at his hips. I wouldn't be surprised if Gullo throws a jab, 1-2, and then follows up with a takedown.
Oh, wow, what a shot by Minasyan, but Borja eats it and stays on his feet, but is he out on his feet?
Just like I said, Borja looked for the leg tap there, the knee tap takedown, but it wasn't there.
Somebody call Rick Grimes or Daryl Dixon. Borja looks like a walker right now, but he's staying in there.
30 seconds.
Sergey Minasyan does not want to stand in front of Ronnie Borja with his arms down like that.
Borja now starting to lose his balance as he overthrows with his strikes. Looks like Minasyan's starting to take advantage of some of those misses.
Borja tries to answer with a head kick. Can Borja survive, make it out of this round? 3 seconds to go. What a slugfest.
You know, it's going to be interesting to see how Borja takes this. Is he going to take that as, well, now I know I can finish him? Or is he going to take that as, I just gave this guy everything I had and I couldn't do it?
Notice Ronnie Borja not jumping up and down in the corner like he was between the first and second round.
Again, the great sponsors making this all possible to bring you this incredible action. Live on SureDog.com as we take a look at the action. And there was lots
Here's
of
where you see the blitz. I wonder if at some point, drops him a second time in that. I wonder if at some point in this it would have been better to start laying his weight on him more rather than trying to finish him once he knew he was starting to recover.
Yeah, here's where Borja really fished for that choke, but you can see the chin pinch of Minasyan prevented him from getting in any trouble, and I don't think Borja's fluid enough to pull off a crank on the bottom. So Sergey Minasyan didn't seem to be in trouble at all there. just bided his time, waited for a weight change, and exploded back to top position where he pretty much rode out the round.
Great work by our production team as well, taking you inside the cage, blood and sweat, and here we go.
I have to think that Minasyan's confidence is going to be high now, knowing that he was able to survive that onslaught and start swinging the momentum towards the end of that second round.
You know, as the great Max Kellerman once said, sometimes the best way to judge a fight is to ask yourself, which one of these two would I not want to be? And I'm having a hard time making that decision right now. So instead, I think we have two guys that are standing eyeball to eyeball, and you know, I'm just waiting for one of them to blink.
Both have taken the best of what the other has to offer, but Minasyan certainly body language looks to be the fresher of the two fighters at this point after those brutal exchanges.
I mean, I'm gassed just watching them. Ronnie Borja, again, heavy investment on that lead leg. Now, Shayna, how attacking that lead leg, how much does that affect your ability to take somebody down?
Well, it absolutely makes you question stepping inside at all. That lead leg attack with the lead leg is very much like a jab.
Now, I got to ask you this as well, Shayna. If you're Sergey Minasyan, are you going to stand in front of Ronnie Borja like this?
I think the way the second round ended, if I know I can see his stuff coming, I just wonder about his gas tank and if he has enough to throw the way he needs to throw on those counters, which he's starting to do right as we talk about it.
Well, you question how much Borja has left. If you're Minasyan, do you hang back or do you put the pedal to the metal and try and finish this thing?
You know, both of these guys seem like they're just biding their time to, as they would say in baseball, to hulk up for one pitch, just to crank one shot out of the park. Borja flirting with the jab, just trying to check to see if his distance is there, and then you can see a bomb coming right behind it. Same thing with Gullo.
Well, Shayna has spent some time in the professional wrestling squared circle where hulking up has a whole different meaning, brother. Pace has slowed here in this third and final round.
Oh, big right hand! I don't know how much of that was a
slip. Minasyan took him off his feet with a strike and then a beautiful takedown.
Oh, we could hardly hear ourselves think with that one. Standing, oh my God, the whole place is standing.
Big smile on the face of Judo Gene after that one as well, Shayna.
Yeah, it looks like he is loving this stuff right now.
Great action, what a battle. It looks as if we're going to get another stand-up.
If they can.
Exactly.
You know, you have to know, the crowd not liking that stand-up, it looks like. Minasyan has to know he sees everything coming and he knows he can clip him now.
But standing gives Minasyan another shot to drop him or perhaps take him down, scoring pivotal points. Superman punch attempt there by Borja. Can't connect.
Oh, that one landed flush right on the nose, left hand.
And
this is what I was worried about. If I'm Sergey Minasyan, you do not want to stand in front of this kid. He can turn the lights out with one shot. I've seen it before.
And you know these two fighters are tired. Shayna, how often do you see somebody triple up with a Superman punch?
The way he's been using those leg kicks, that's what sets that Superman punch up. I'm not surprised that he starts using it, especially knowing he has to do something to win this round back.
Minasyan flat on his feet right now. He's trying to ride out time, perhaps starting to wear a little bit of the first and second rounds. He took a lot of damage in that first frame.
Inside 40 seconds now to go in this fight that has been a battle since the opening bell. What a war, what a contest.
Are you not entertained? Just when Ronnie Borja starts coming to life with his hands, Sergey Minasyan brings him back to his neighborhood for a lesson in grappling.
Another big takedown by Minasyan inside. 10 seconds to go in the fight now.
Oh my Lord, what a great fight.
What a battle, a lot of heart displayed by both great warriors. Oftentimes tonight, Jonathan, you have mentioned the seesaw battle. This fight, every bit that, back and forth.
Yeah, we're spending an awful lot of time on that seesaw tonight. Had I known, I would have worn my jungle gym clothes.
We can't keep saying after every single fight that that was fight of the night. It's ridiculous.
We're going to have to if they keep doing it like this.
We take a look back now at some of the action and, of course, our great sponsors that make it all possible.
Minasyan with that lead left, follows with the right, rocks Ronnie Borja up against the cage. What a back and forth war. Another fight that I hate. You know, everybody always mocks judges, but I would not want to be one tonight.
That's true enough.
There were so many times Borja just looked absolutely out on his feet, but much like the Goonies, he would never say die.
And there he buried that leg kick into the midsection of Minasyan, but he ate that right hand as he was coming through. That's the one that I couldn't tell if he was rocked or if he slipped, and it looked like it was a reaction to having one leg down. But what a freaking fight.
Minasyan, of course, you'll recall, followed up with a beautiful takedown, and here was another late in the fight.
Textbook turns the corner right there, man. Shayna, how did you score it?
You know, if judges would hand out 10-8 rounds more, it would be a draw. Just based on that round 2. But I think I have to give it to Minasyan.
You have to recall, though, Borja dropped Minasyan a couple times, bloodied him, almost finished him with a choke. What a fight, a whole lot of action as we go to make it official.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a huge round of applause for these fighters. Awesome. And after 3 rounds, Judge 1 scores about 29-28. Judge 2 sees it 30-27, and Judge 3 has it 29-28. All in favor for the winner by unanimous decision in the red corner, Sergey Minasyan.
Oh, one of the judges
Also,
there.
big round of applause for his opponent, Ronnie Borja.
One of the judges there, seeing the reversal Minasyan had after taking all that damage is enough to steal that round back. Great fight by these two. No one can complain about a robbery either way.
Hard-fought battle. What a hard-fought battle that was.
Yeah, no shame in the game of Borja after that, but there you see the exuberance of that man. Sergey Minasyan improving to 7-8. What a win. He had to earn that one, I'll tell you what.
Sergey Minasyan posing for some photos with UFC Hall of Famers Frank Trigg, BJ the Prodigy Penn, who has a fight coming up in a couple weeks.